Non-Americans of Reddit. What is an American thing you see in movies that you thought was fake but is actually real? Thank you. As an American, I think this is a really fascinating, entertaining, and mostly accurate thread. Fireflies are pretty wild. You really do just have swarms of glowing bugs. Not as common as when I was a kid in the 70s, thanks to pesticides. NYC's NYC-ness. I can't describe it, but it's a real thing.
Have a nice day, everywhere, all the time. And blueberry muffins.
Warm and fresh blueberry muffins are like tasting a little bit of heaven. I'm American from the California coast, and while we had high school football, I thought that it being a huge deal was only in movies and TV. Then I moved to Georgia and later Texas. Oh my God, wow, I was wrong.
The way suburbia looks. I'm American and sent a picture of the street my home is on to a German friend, and he was like, it looks like a movie set.
It's going to sound silly, but my wife, being from the sun-kissed part of the earth, told me that Christmas with snow really looks like the movies. I was a bit confused being Canadian, but she basically doubted the whole skating outside and playing in the snow. It was very moving and wholesome to see her react to her first Christmas with us. Wish I could experience snow for the first time as an adult too. Edit. My most upvoted comment is now about my significant other's most endearing moment of childish amazement and led to so many wholesome anecdotes from others. Thank you for this. I needed all the smoke or steam coming out of the vents on the road in New York in the movies. Fun fact. Most of Lower Manhattan is heated with a more than 100-year-old steam system. It's all interconnected. Not fun fact. Those apartments are a nightmare in the winter. The heat rises and can't be shut off. It will be 5 degrees in February, you're naked with the windows open, and it's still too damn hot. Even better, your girlfriend has 5 cats in her Chinatown apartment. You're hot, naked, irritable, and covered in cat hair. And constant police or ambulance sounds. I thought it was nonsense until I came to live here. Now my daughters say the street noise is calming. I'm an American, an Alabamian. I made friends with a guy at work who was Russian. He was new to the country, so we'd invite him to come over and eat with us all the time. One summer afternoon, we were sitting on our back deck drinking beer, and a hummingbird whizzed past his ear. Alex totally freaked out. I had to point out our hummingbird feeder to him. He sat there the entire day, just mesmerized by the things. They really are magical when you stop to think about them. The yellow school buses that have a flip-out stop sign. I am an American who lived overseas for many years and had many friends on social media when I returned home. I posted a photo of Chinese food takeout in those white square boxes and had dozens of my friends from overseas react in surprise. They thought it was only something they did in movies. Here in the Netherlands, we have those boxes too at some wok takeout places. But for typical Chinese takeout, we typically use plastic containers that look like disposable Tupperware. Many of us use them for storing food in the freezer. Also, I say Chinese with quotation marks, as it's actually something invented by Chinese immigrants for the Dutch market, mixing their own cuisine with Indonesian food, as we were more used to that because of our colonial past and lots of sugar. Cowboys. I mean, I knew they were real and that some people dressed like the Hollywood version of cowboys, but I did not realize it was still a present-day job and that people still dress that way to do it. Not a movie, but a show. King of the Hill. That show is a Texas documentary.
I'm sure this will get lost, but my Aussie boyfriend came to visit and was shocked that Chili's was a thing. He thought they made it up for The Office. We stopped and he took a picture in front of the sign.
Waiting all day in the DMV, even when I had to do car stuff in person, I was never anywhere for an entire day sorting it out. Diners and breakfast tradition? I don't know if I should call it that, but I would see in movies how diners would be a tradition to go to for breakfast, and it's really like that. Those diners are busy. Going into a bar for a drink and sitting at the bar by yourself, chatting to the bartender, chatting to the random person next to you. I always thought that was something put in TV shows just so they could make up a reason for someone to chat to the bartender or pour out their woes or whatever. People don't sit by themselves at the bar anywhere else. I tried it in Australia and got weird looks. As an American, I want to state for the record, No one's mother makes those huge breakfasts, sets the table, then has the main character run through, grab coffee, and only say, "I don't have time to eat." Or how anyone in this world, except the very rich, is sitting around having a full breakfast with the sun fully up and the dad just chilling at the table before he goes to work. Man, we all roll out in the dark. What is this? I am an American, but I've spent much of my adult life living outside the US. The one that surprised me the most was when my Irish roommate asked me if we really rode those yellow school buses to school or if that was only in movies. I told him that I did ride yellow school buses for my entire childhood. The over-the-top Halloween parties where everyone puts a large amount of effort into dressing up. Yep, that is accurate. Red Solo cups. I thought they were just a Hollywood prop used to hide alcohol brands or signify a party scene. I went to a college party in Ohio, and they were literally everywhere. I was shook. I see this sentiment a lot from non-Americans. Why is the existence of red cups so mind-boggling? It's just a cheap product that is available to buy anywhere. My Chinese friend told me that she thought expensive, bankrupting ambulance rides were Chinese propaganda attempting to make America look bad. Man, I wish that were true. The fraternity and sorority scene in college. I was an international student at UT Austin, and it was a crazy realization that the movie depictions of college life are actually underwhelming. I witnessed things that could not be legally portrayed in movies. You people are crazy. As a non-American, what actually are fraternities and sororities? I used to think they were like clubs, but without a specific target. Like they just exist so you can say, I'm in this club, and you're not. But that seems wrong, and I hear there's more to it than that. Like they have their own houses and stuff. I've been told by visiting friends that they couldn't believe that red Solo cups, as depicted in beer pong scenes and teen parties, were an actual thing, and promptly went out to buy some to take home. Baggers in the grocery store, and door greeters in completely normal supermarkets. I'm American and went to France many years ago. I went to a grocery store and checked out and was standing there waiting for the checker to bag my groceries. She was just staring at me like, "What are you doing?" And I was staring at her like, "So, are you gonna finish up here?" And then I quickly realized that they don't do that here, and hastily grabbed my food in my hands and rushed out of the store. Newspaper vending machines. I thought they were a movie trope. Tumbleweeds. I was actually flabbergasted when I went to visit the US and people were casually talking about tumbleweeds. I thought they were just a thing in cartoons. The insane medical advertisements with a million side effects set in rapid fire at the end. We visited my husband's best friend in 2019. When we were watching something on TV while eating dinner, we saw our first one. I genuinely turned to him like, "That's satire, right?" Garbage disposals in sinks. I only ever saw one for sale over here and it was very expensive. Still kind of seems like a sci-fi thing to me. Had family come to visit from Guatemala and ended up taking them to a major junior hockey game. There were a decent number of fights that broke out. I asked my cousin how they liked the game so far. They responded with, "It's just like I see it on shows and movies." I'm an American but live overseas. The thing people say to me when they get back from America is, "Why don't the bathroom doors go all the way to the floor?"
Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. It really helps. Subscribe for more and tap the bell so you don't miss the next one.